Resiliency in my work and what we talk about is this idea about how do we essentially take all the broken parts and put it together in this mosaic of how we get to find a comeback, how we are able to bounce back, how we're able to kind of reimagine, redefine, rebuild once what was like something that we thought was going to go a particular way, for example. And then all of a sudden there's this detour. And what do we do with those pieces? And how do we rebuild a big, bright future? So to me, it's incorporate so much on that behavioral perspective, but also that psychological perspective and really how we kind of work with our variables so we can build big, bright futures. In the research that we've done, what we were able to identify is that people who were resilient, that they seem to be able to kind of lean into a particular set of tools, approaches, or what we've called the 5 pillars. So how a person like develops and learns those pillars is one thing, but I think for us to first understand like what those are, and then we can imagine all the different ways people can go about it. So the first one was belonging. It's that you need a home team. You have to have people that you're fighting for. You have to have people that matter to you, and also you matter to them. When people have some person that's looking out for them in their corner, we know it allows them to tap into this whole other level of tools and resources and energy to be able to show up even in the most difficult seasons and times. So having that one caring, consistent kind of person in our world matters. The second we talk about is perspective. This ability to like see the big picture, but also like all the little things that contribute to that big picture. And we also tie into that area as well, this notion of like this alignment between our head and our heart, right? For sure, like resiliency requires problem solving, critical thinking, but it also requires like being able to feel our way through the world, to be able to like work in those situations and process our emotions. So we see that perspective piece was really important. The third one, which again was a bit of a sticking point for so many people, was the idea of acceptance, of working within our controllables. And I think sometimes people get stuck because they think acceptance means approval, that we have to like, approve of what's happening. We don't have to approve it. We need to be able to work with it and to have like real raw conversations about what our realities are. The fourth variable, which I personally think the world needs such a big dose of right now, is the perspective of hope. We know that part of human resiliency, there's this through line of hope that we have to trust that better days are ahead. And this isn't what I think right now is getting really popular around this kind of toxic positivity where, we just need to kind of think about rainbows and, manifestation or perhaps like, affirmations and ponies. This is just a genuine ability that even in the dark seasons, there's like this part of us that knows that we are going to find our way through it, that we're well resourced. And again, things might be hard right now and we trust we'll figure it out. And the fifth variable that's this wee bit of a wild card in such an extreme way was we learned that like resilient people use humor. And it wasn't like humor as in like, it wasn't like they were deflecting things or not taking things seriously, that they understood the importance of a pause, that understanding, being able to like make light of what you can make light of even in difficult scenarios, that they had this amazing capacity to be able to like still find moments of relief. And we saw that through laughter. So for example, when you laugh, your body releases a natural tranquilizer, your pain receptors are blocked. So people were able to use that as just a moment of reprieve. So that way they were able to respond versus react to what was ever in front of them.